As the country still ponders the magnanimity of the gold smuggling scam that rocked the nation late Wednesday, the Minister for Home took stock of the TIA customs. The latest gold scam has further highlighted a powerful nexus between gold smugglers and custom officials, aiding the theory that the gold was seized not under any extraordinary circumstances, rather it resulted due to some high-level commission mismatch. Good evening, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan and these are the headlines of the hour. Probe into smuggled gold fails to find a headway. Experts fail to be convinced by investigation operandi. Home Minister Shrestha says no one is above law. Indian decision to stop export of rice sends ripples in Nepal's food sector. Nepal already facing a dearth of 1.2 million tons of rice. Tribhuvan University falls victim to politicization, remains padlocked for a month. Sanskrit and Sudur Pasim University too suffer. Switzerland and Spain kick off their FIFA World Cup campaign with crushing victories. US to take on Vietnam in the football field tomorrow. The owner or the mastermind of the seized 100 kilograms of gold is yet to be arrested. Even as the Revenue Investigation Department has arrested 10 individuals so far in connection with the large cache of gold late Wednesday, it is yet to get any link to the gold's owner. The cache of 100 kg of gold had already cleared the TIA customs screenings when it was seized by the Revenue Department. The 10 arrested individuals in the case, including one Indian and one Chinese national, each have refused to take the ownership of the gold. The department, meanwhile, has claimed that it will reach to the bottom of the case very soon as the arrestees are being interrogated. The department has speculated the involvement of a high-profile, top-level nexus in the scam. Since there are limited scope for the large amount of gold to be used in Nepal, investigation has also pointed out that Nepal was merely used as a transit before the gold was smuggled to the bigger market in India. Minister for Home Affairs Narankaji Shrestha has meanwhile said that the main culprit will be arrested irrespective of his or her profile. The authorities' inability to nab the prime culprit has given way to various speculations related to the scam. The importer company Reddy and its operator Dilip Bhujal has turned out to be an ordinary worker in a local noodle factory. The Reddy trade was only registered 3 months ago, while the company since then has imported scooter brake shoe on 15 different occasions out of 28 times it imported goods. And now time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And let's take a look at a response to yesterday's question. And yesterday we had asked you what should be done to make digital health service more effective. 36% voted for option A, digital awareness. 21% voted for option B, easy access to internet. And 43% voted for option C, modernization of hospitals. And here's today's question. And the question is, what could be the reason for the inability to arrest the main culprit of the gold scam? Your options are option A, political cover, option B, nexus, option B, feeble investigation. The voting is on. Type in AWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Supreme Court has granted bail for Secretary at Ministry of Communications and Information Technology Krishna Bahadur Raut, who was arrested for his alleged involvement in the Lalita Niwas land scam. The apex body, however, has scrapped the habeas corpus writ filed by other alleged culprits in the case. Joint bench of Justice Prakash Dhungana and Nakul Subedi directed the Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police to release Raut on the condition that he does not leave the country without permission until the investigation concludes. The bench has scrapped the habeas corpus writ filed by businessperson Min Bahadur Gurung, the operator of the Bhatbhatini supermarket chain, former election commissioner Sudhir Kumar Shah, and former employee of Land Revenue Office Dharma Prasad Gautam. Gautam, among others, had filed a writ at the Supreme Court saying that they had been kept in custody illegally. Following this, the CIB had filed an application at the Supreme Court to scrap the interim order. CIB has been conducting investigation for forgery and organized crime in the Lalita Niwas land scam. Meanwhile, the District Court Kathmandu has extended judicial custody of those arrested in the case by 5 more days. One more individual has been arrested from the list of individuals alleged of involvement in the Lalita Niwas land scam. Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police today arrested the then chief of Delhi Bazar Land Revenue Office, Kaladhar Deuza. Deuza's arrest comes after the Supreme Court scrapped the writ filed last year by Deuza himself and Joint Secretary Tikaram Ghimire against their arrest. The Bureau had arrested several individuals, including Deuza, last year itself. However, they were released immediately considering an interim order by the Supreme Court in response to the writ. Deuza has been alleged of receiving over 4 ropenis of land as gift for helping transfer government land in Lalita Niwas to private individuals while heading the Delhi Bazar Land Revenue Office. National Human Rights Commission has raised its concern over some provisions in the replacement bill tabled by the government to revise Criminal Procedure Code. Organizing a press conference today, the NHRC objected to the bill, which has the provision of withdrawing cases against political prisoners. Section 116 of the Criminal Procedure Code has the provision for withdrawing cases against political prisoners and cadres from all the tiers of the court, the Supreme Court, High Court and the District Court. The Commission has said that if the bill is endorsed intact, it can make the commissions on transitional justice void and null. The Commission has drawn the attention of the government, saying that the new bill will pave way for the safe release of criminals who are serving sentences charged of inhuman crime. The Russia-Ukraine war has had a telling and lasting impact on the global food supply chain. Now, with Russia rejecting renewing food export agreement with its nemesis, many countries are certain to continue bearing the brunt of skyrocketing inflation. The persisting war has also raised the risk of food insecurity. Amid this scenario, in order to cope with the looming food crisis, Nepal's southern neighbor India has announced it will halt the export of rice, which will affect Nepal's own market as it imports paddy of over 45 billion rupees annually. Experts have recommended the authorities to implement programs to raise productivity and reduce foreign dependency. Apart from the Russia-Ukraine war, India expects drought and floods caused by climate change to dent its paddy production this year. As a result, India has decided to stop exporting rice despite its 40% share in the country's total export. Agroeconomists in Nepal say this decision will have a serious impact on Nepal's food security. Nepal currently produces around 5.5 million metric tons of rice every year, according to the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, which is still 1.5 million metric tons less than the current demand. In the past 11 months, Nepal has imported rice worth more than 45 billion rupees, which sets more light on the need to raise productivity. Based on government records, just around 1.3 million hectares of land is being used for agriculture out of the 4 million arable land. To make matters worse, more than 2/3 of the used land do not have irrigation facility. Shortage of chemical fertilizers and lack of access to technology, among others, pose further challenges in the sector. Although more than 60% of the population are engaged in the agriculture sector, Nepal continues to import agricultural products worth over 300 billion rupees annually. Considering the current scenario in which more than 30 districts are as food insecure, experts warn the situation could worsen if timely actions are not taken. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we have asked in several provinces what should be done to be self-sufficient in food. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
किसानलाई चाहिँ नि सहुलियत रेटमा चाहिँ ऋण उपलब्ध गराउनु पर्यो, कृषि ऋण उत्पन्न गराउनु पर्यो।
सरकारले कृषि पेसालाई जोड दिएर स्थानीय उत्पादन बढाउनतर्फ चाहिँ ध्यान दिनुपर्छ।
खेतीपातीको लागि एकदम ठुलो रूपमा त्यो खेतीपाती खेत चाहियो।
कृषकहरूले खेती बाँझो राख्नु भएन र सबैले कृषिमा ध्यान दिनु पर्यो।
सरकारले चाहिँ अब हामीलाई बाहिर नजानु परोस्, यहीँनिर पाओस् भन्नाले यहाँनिर फेसिलिटी दिनु पर्यो।
सबैभन्दा पहिला त हाम्रो यो छिटपुट टुक्री खेती गर्ने प्रणाली छ नि, त्यसलाई एकीकृत गरेर चक्लाबन्दी रूपमा खेती प्रणाली चाहिँ अपनाउनु पर्यो।
कृषि गर्नेहरूलाई सरकारले प्रोत्साहन गर्नु पर्यो। जे जति मात्रामा चाहिँ जस्तो नीतिहरू बनाएको छ त्यो नीतिहरूलाई चाहिँ प्रभावकारी रूपमा कार्यान्वयन गर्न सक्यो भने
कृषि क्षेत्रलाई सम्मानित पेसाका रूपमा ग्रहण गर्नु पर्यो सरकार र पब्लिक क्षेत्रले।
सिँचाइको सुविधा दिनु पर्यो, मलखादको सुविधा दिनु पर्यो।
दूध, अन्डा, फलफुल इत्यादिहरू सब आफ्नै देशमा उत्पादन गर्ने जनशक्ति तयार गर्नु पर्यो।
राज्यले पनि यसलाई अब मलहरू अनुदान दिनु पर्यो।
कृषिमा चाहिँ धेरै लगानी गरेर चाहिँ किसानलाई चाहिँ अनुदान दिने।
कृषि के खटाउनु पर्यो।
And now time for international update. Thailand's election-winning Move Forward party will let alliance partner the Pheu Thai party lead the formation of a government after its prime ministerial candidate failed to get parliament's backing. Party Secretary General Chetawat Tulathorn told a press conference that Move Forward would back any candidate Pheu Thai would put forward for Prime Minister in a parliamentary vote scheduled for July 27. Meanwhile, the leader of Thailand's Pheu Thai party, the runner-up in the May election, has said an 8-party alliance needed to garner more support from Parliament to stand any chance of forming the next government. Move Forward and Pheu Thai have 151 and 141 seats in the 500-member lower house, but the alliance needs the backing of more than half of the combined chambers, including an upper house Senate appointed by the military, which blocked PITA's bid. And those were our latest headlines. Up next is News in Nepali. Good night.